The driver wasn't very chatty, so I checked my phone. "Hey, it's your Uber. I'm outside." The grinning face stared at me from the darkness beyond my bedroom window. I live on the 14th floor. They celebrated the first successful cryogenic freezing. He had no way of letting them know he was still conscious. You know that weird, full-body twitch you get sometimes when you're falling asleep? If there was a camera pointed at you and you saw what it captured at that moment, you'd never sleep again. There was a picture in my phone of me sleeping. I live alone. The nice man in the van with a puppy and candy seemed so excited to give me a ride home when I told him my little brother was there alone waiting for me. I'd feel bad about lying to him, but my family told me to bring home dinner, and those types of humans are so easy to catch. When late at night, I found my wife weeping at the kitchen table, I ask, "Honey, what's wrong? Why are you crying?" "Because," she said, and showed me the bloody knife in her hand, "no matter what I do, you won't stay dead." After working a hard day, I came home to see my girlfriend cradling our child. I didn't know which was more frightening, seeing my dead girlfriend and stillborn child, or knowing that someone broke into my apartment to place them there. My grandmother told me that it was a gift to see the angel of death in front of people's houses, to know that he'd be collecting someone there soon. I thought it was a gift as well, up until the day I began to see it in front of every house. The last thing I saw was my alarm clock flashing 12:07 before she pushed her long, rotting nails through my chest, her other hand muffling my screams. I sat bolt upright, relieved it was only a dream. But as I saw my alarm clock read 12:06, I heard my closet door creak open. Sleep did not come to me easily that night in the cabin in the woods, for the portraits on the wall only portrayed the deformed, the decrepit, and the damned. Sleep has never come easily to me again, for when I had woke, I found no portraits, only windows. I awoke to the sound of the baby monitor, crackling with a voice comforting my firstborn child. As I adjusted to a new position, my arm brushed against my wife, sleeping next to me. I can't move, breathe, speak, or hear, and it's so dark all the time. If I knew it would be this lonely, I would have been cremated instead. A young girl hears her mother call her name from downstairs, so she gets up and starts to head down. As she gets to the top of the stairs, her mother pulls her back and whispers, "Don't go down there. I heard it too." Working the night shift alone tonight, there's a face in the cellar, staring at the security camera. She wondered why she was casting two shadows. After all, there was only a single light bulb. I woke up to hear scratching on glass. I thought it was the window, until I heard it come from inside the mirror. My daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but it doesn't help. The note said, "I hate you, Mom. I've run away from home forever. It took me 5 tries, but I finally got the handwriting to look just like hers." I like living in old houses the best. I find that their owners are more prone to disregarding the cracks from the attic as nothing more than the age of ode settling. "What's at the bottom?" my best friend asked, when I showed him the hole in my backyard. "There is no bottom," I whispered, as I gave him a push. Alone one night, I couldn't find my phone. It finally rang, and the voice on the other line simply said, "You're welcome." "I can't sleep," she whispered, crawling into bed with me. I woke up cold, clutching the dress she was buried in. My wife woke me up last night to tell me there was an intruder in our house. She was murdered by an intruder 2 years ago. I was having a pleasant dream when what sounded like hammering woke me up. After that, I could barely hear the muffled sound of dirt covering the coffin over my own screams. You get home, tired after a long day's work and ready for a relaxing night alone. You reach for the light switch, but another hand is already there. They told me not to build my house on a supposed graveyard. I believed them the night I heard knocking beneath my feet. It's been watching me for hours now. Sometimes I catch glimpses of its reflection on the computer screen, but I dare not turn around. Don't be scared of the monsters. Just look for them. Look to your left, to your right, under your bed, behind your dresser, in your closet, but never look up. She hates being seen. I've always loved having the power to bring the dead back to life. I especially love standing over their graves and listening to them try to get out. For years, we heard the little voices and footsteps of the ghost children in our old farmhouse, and we got used to them. Then one day, they went quiet, which should have been our own cue to leave. I begin tucking him into bed and he tells me, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." I look underneath for his amusement and see him, another him, under the bed, staring back at me, quivering and whispering, "Daddy, there's somebody on my bed." My sister says that Mommy killed her. Mommy says that I don't have a sister. I always thought my cat had a staring problem. She always seemed fixated on my face, until one day when I realized that she was always looking just behind me.